Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about the Arcform Saber. So this knife was sent to me by Arcform, and then I also got a loaner from Brent over at Backpack B. This is Brent's. The detents, everything was basically identical, which is really good. I really like this knife quite a bit. Spoiler alert. The one that Arcform sent me, I passed around. So they sent me a Theory, which is one that I will do another video on, I'm pretty sure. And they sent me the Saber. And I passed around the two because I already had these from Brent. They came in the same day, actually. So I figured I'd go ahead and get those in the pass around so people can check them out, so I don't have two versions of them. And then they also sent me this really cool pry bar. I gotta say, I'm not a big pry bar guy at this point. I used to love the Fulcrum mostly because of the bit driver, but the pry bar, is a nice feature. But this is a fantastic pry bar. If you're looking to pick up a pry bar like this, I would recommend this one over anything else I've tried, just because of this thumb groove and the fact that they don't have a bottle opener on here, because it's a pry bar. That's what they do. They pry. So you can just pop bottles with the pry. But the main thing is this groove. So your thumb just perfectly lands in here, and then you can articulate or do whatever you need to do. You can back up on it, even underneath like this, you can kind of get your index finger into that groove and use it. It doesn't really become uncomfortable at any point, where most pry bars have that bottle opener that's like so annoying right here or back here. There's usually something that really bothers me, where this one feels really solid if I was scraping something or whatever. And then the fact that it's machined out of one piece of titanium, including that clip, is very nice, and it carries really well. The edges on it are a bit sharp out of the box, but they do provide a file so you can knock those down. I wish I hadn't done that. I did it just to show you guys in the video, but had I not done that, it would have been a lot better to pierce tape and stuff, which this would be a great box opener if you needed it to be, if you're in a place where you can't carry a knife or something like that. So definitely check this out. I'm going to link all of this stuff that I can down below. I believe both of these are available right now at Blade HQ, and I do have an affiliate link over there, so I will link that, and you can pick these up. They're also available, I believe, from Arcform directly, so their website will be linked down below as well. But I wanted to mention the pry bar because it's really, really good. So the Saber here is just fantastic. This Ultim, usually I'm not the biggest Ultim fan. I think this does come into my Carta as well. But there's something about the way they did this. I mean, with the black liners, it just looks really good. The colorway still looks good. So we've seen some folks do Ultim on black and have it come out kind of gray looking. But I think that was just not good Ultim that was used, because this you can clearly see works really well. There has to be some void behind it though. Like there needs to be some dead space for that Ultim to really, for the color to stay true, so it is darkened a little bit compared to, stock Ultim, and that's just how it is. We'll see when I wanted to take this apart. I don't think Brent's gonna care. I just want to take a look inside and maybe get an idea of who the OEM is, because they won't say. That's something they're keeping close to their vest. I believe they do say that Arcform, or the Theory, is OEM by Riot. So I'm not sure why they can't say who OEMs this. Probably the price would be my guess. They don't want people to question the price, maybe. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter, but it does make me want to find out. So the reason I'm going to take this apart is because the pivot was loose after a few flicks, and I figure since the pivot's loose, why not get in there? I don't think Brent's going to mind. If he does, I apologize. Oh, we need a T6. Interesting. I remember this now. So if I can maybe put skiffs in here for him, I will do that. As a thank you for letting me check this out and take it apart without asking. I should have asked, but I know Brent, so he's not going to care. Oh, okay, so we have, this might answer our question. Yep, it's Concept, I think. So I think it's Concept or Kaiser. It's one of the two, because they're the ones who use these. Mostly Concept uses these bearings. They are Teflon caged bearings, and then they use race washers. Well, in this case, the race, is it cut into the... Interesting. Yeah, the race is cut into the liner. See that race? That's a big hallmark of Concept. Because I can show you. It's the same thing on the Lush prototypes. I think I did a disassembly on this. I may or may not have. But you would see the same bearings in there. I'm not going to take it apart, but... so that's interesting. Makes me think it's definitely Concept, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, folks. So I cannot put skiffs in here. The reason is the bearings, the way they go into these races, it just is a perfect fit for the bearings they have. And I've tried it before, but the cage is slightly taller on the Teflon, so the way these fit in just doesn't quite line up, I think. I've never successfully gotten skiffs into a Concept build. Again, I'm assuming it's Concept here, but thickness wise, you can also see it sticks up slightly there, and they're accounting for it to probably be flush like that. So it's going to be too wide as well. So I'm not even going to try, but pretty sure that's who it is. Kaiser would be my backup answer, but pretty sure this is going to be Concept. I know it's stupid that I want to know, and I'm not asking them to tell me or anything. I'm just trying to take guesses over here, you know what I mean? There's no oil or anything in here, which is interesting. There's that screw. Now, I don't know if Brent ever took it apart, but doubt it. Grab this. I wish I could take apart my Lush for you right now, but it's just, I think I glued it, and it's a bit of a process. It's got some body screws and stuff. It's just not worth doing right now. But the fact that it has the T6s also leans towards Concept and Kaiser, because they tend to do that. Where, you know, Kubi, QSP, they're going to go usually right for the T8s. They know what we want. But Concept, Kaiser, seems like they just want to use T6s, or they have massive stockpiles or something. I don't know. But anyway, there's my guess on that. I would safely guess that it's Concept knives on this one. So that's a good thing, because it's well made. It feels good. All of that. Doesn't really matter either. I'm just, you know, speculating. Put just a little dot there. I put a little much on there. So I'm going to grab one of my KPL Q-tips. So just so you guys know, all the maintenance products I use are from knifepivotlube.com. You can use my code LEFTY10. There's also a link down in the description, and that'll take you over there. But they have the best knife maintenance products. I recently did a video going over all of it and explaining my thoughts on it. So if you're interested, check that out. But down to those microfiber Q-tips and stuff. And then obviously I showed you the skiff bearings earlier. Normally I would be putting them in any knife I disassemble, but I already know that it just is not going to work in this knife. But they have this awesome bearing fit card, so you can get the size you need and everything. And then they have the bearings. They also have this awesome finger bit which you can use to operate on a spinning pivot barrel or on body screws that spin. It's really helpful instead of having to use two drivers like this. Anyway, spiel over on that. Let's just see. Oh, we don't have the stop pin in, so now there's oil everywhere. I don't know how I got so much in there. Come on. I watched Flash last night with my wife, and it was fantastic. I don't know why I didn't hear more people raving about that movie. You always hear people raving about Marvel. But I gotta say, that was better than any Marvel movie I've seen in a long time. Marvel's just, I don't know. I guess if you're all about the action, but this had like a decent story, and I loved the throwbacks and everything. I really liked it. Let's see. Ugh. Oh, shit. T6. All right. Okay, centering is slightly off, and that's how it was when I got it. That's with the pivot tight. Yeah. So action will still be really good. It's just off center by a little bit. T8. This is why it's annoying to have two different sizes. Back off that, and it centers up most of the way there. See if there's any play. Yeah, a little bit of play. This is how it was when I got it, though. So let me tighten it back down. Could try the old push trick. Push it over and dial it down. Yeah, no play. Good action and mostly centered. So you can do the push trick on this one. And then I would, Loctite it when you do that. But man, this knife is so good. The ergonomics on it are fantastic. I believe these are $180, $185, something like that. At least over at Blade HQ when I checked. You can see the action on it. Drop, shake, very nice. I do wish the clip did not have this just up sweep. I wish it had a little bit of a plateau here so that you didn't feel it. I feel it mostly like when I'm doing this kind of stuff, or on my thumb here, like lefty if I'm flicking or something. It doesn't hurt really in the palm, so I guess it's not, terrible, but I just think it should have a plateau. The D10 is stout. If you can't tell, I've missed it a few times because I have oil on my hands, and there's oil. I get a little bit of rubbing alcohol here. There's oil like on the blade and stuff, so I'm just slipping out. But yeah, it's a really cool knife. I love that you can see through it and all of that. No lock stick or anything like that. Lockup is really good. Disengagement is easy. Again, detent is money. Ergos are solid. You can grip it back here, or I like to choke up to like here, right? Let me check these body screws. There we go. No reversible clip, unfortunately, but, it is what it is. There you go. You have Arcform and 20 CV. Very nice. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on the Arcform Saber. I'm a big fan of this guy. It's probably my favorite out of the group that I've tried from them. But I'm very curious to see what they do in the future. Also, this happens to be a Dustin Snyder design. He's worked with Urban EDC before on the Delta and the Half Delta. So very cool to see Arcform working with makers like that, which is cool. So let me know what you think down below. Shout out to Arcform, and big shout out to Backpack B for letting me check this out. And I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.